Hey, what's going on guys, Chris here, and this is just going to be a quick video going over the new weapon balances from the December 2016 Giant Shadow patch. We've got ourselves a brand new map and that pretty cool grenade crossbow, but DICE has also sorted out a bunch of other things that are already in the game, and some of these changes affected a few of the guns. Some of the weapons that you could have loved using before the update might have taken a bit of an impact, whereas others that you wouldn't normally consider picking might now be worth a try. So this video is just going to highlight these weapons and let you know exactly how they've been altered. Starting off with the support Lmgs, a few factors which affect pretty much all of the light machine guns is the damage drop off, which starts a little bit later than before. So basically Lmgs are now going to have a bit more range and should be slightly more powerful beyond close quarters. There's also going to be a reduced suppression effect on LMG vertical recoil, so this is going to allow the gun to be a bit more stable when you're suppressed. Also, the base ADS dispersion increase per shot has been lowered from -0.12 to -0.085, which basically means that your first few shots are going to be more accurate, which might make the LMGs perform slightly better when tap and burst fired. But as far as the individual support weapons that are affected, the Lewis gun, Hubert, M97 and the Browning rifle have all had a few buffs. The Lewis gun's reload times have been slightly reduced, and it now fires 50 bullets in one go without overheating instead of 35. The maximum damage has also been increased slightly to 23 from 21, and its horizontal recoil has been reduced a little bit, down to 0.34 from 0.36. So the Lewis gun's had a few buffs here, nothing really too drastic, but still an improvement nevertheless. The M97 has also had its maximum damage buffed a bit to 23 from 21. Plus its horizontal recoil has been reduced slightly from 0.36 to 0.34, which should make the gun a little bit more accurate. The Hubert Automatic, which is a gun that really deserved a buff, has been improved quite a lot too, as it now deals 23 damage as opposed to 21, and it's also taken a big improvement to its accuracy, as its horizontal recoil is now just 0.16 from 0.32, which basically makes it twice as accurate than it was before. And along with the other general LMG fixes regarding range and reduced suppression, this now makes the Hubert a more viable option to pick. The Browning rifle has also had its damage up to 23 from 21 too, which basically puts all of the LMGs on the same wavelength as each other, as they've all now got the same maximum damage values. Apart from the support weapons, shotguns have also been fine-tuned to balance them out a bit more. The Model 10A Hunter and factory variants have been nerfed, which is no surprise. They still deal the same amount of damage and fire the same amount of pellets, but the range has taken a slight hit, and the damage is now going to drop a lot more suddenly over distance than before. So it's still going to be really powerful up close, but perhaps not as deadly at those further ranges. Though its recoil has now become more stable, with equal horizontal kick values of 1. Pellet dispersion has also been altered a tad to make things a bit more consistent with the other shotguns and their variants too. Speaking of other shotguns, the M97 Trench Hunter variant has also taken a slight dip in its range, though the backboard variant now has a little bit more. As for the 12G Automatic, this has been buffed by having a faster post-reload delay, along with a reduction in its dispersion increase from 0.3 to 0.15, which is going to make firing multiple shots more accurate than before. Overall, shotgun crosshair size and scaling has now been improved to display more accurate readings too, so the shotgun should now feel a bit more balanced. Some of the other weapons in the game, such as the Regal, have also taken a bit of an impact from the patch, with the Regal now being slightly less accurate than before, having a horizontal recoil figure of 0.8 instead of 0.76, along with a higher first shot multiplier, which is generally going to make it a bit less effective at longer ranges, and not as reliable when tap and burst firing. Though the MP18 on the other hand has had a reduction in its first shot multiplier, making it now better than the Regal for tap and burst firing, which is a pretty interesting decision that DICE has made. The Martini Henry's damage readings have also been altered, so now, to kill an enemy in one shot within that sweet spot zone, you're going to have to hit them in the upper torso or the head. And whilst on the subject of scout weapons, one of the most interesting buffs in the whole patch is actually to the M1903 experimental variant, which has had a huge recoil reduction in both ADS and hipfire, now making it a much more accurate and reliable gun to use. Some of the other scout rifles have had a few changes to their reload time, such as the Gewehr 98 and the SMLE, though these are only minor alterations and you probably won't really notice much of a difference. Last of all is the pistols. The No. 3 revolver has had an increase in fire rate, now shooting at 164 RPM instead of 150, along with a slight reduction to its reload time. All revolvers, including the Howdah pistol, recover faster from bullet dispersion. And finally, the M1912 has a lower horizontal recoil figure of 0.5 from 0.8, now making it a more accurate sidearm to pick than before. Now, there's also a bunch of other things regarding gadgets and vehicles that have been affected by the patch too. But as far as the guns go, these are basically all of the main changes that you'll probably need to know about. With some of the guns like the M1903 Experimental and the Hubert now being stronger than before, whereas others like the Model 10A and Hell Regal being a little bit weaker. Most of the changes are only minute, so the weapons are still going to perform in a similar way as they did before. But some of them might be less or more effective at doing specific things now the patch has hit. But anyway, that's all for this one guys, thanks for watching. Give me a like if the video was useful, and be sure to check out my Battlefield 1 weapon guides for a full rundown on each of the guns on my channel. There's going to be loads more coming soon, along with other stuff too. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.